Hi, fellow survivors. I'm Lisa V. Gallimore from Lisa V. Inspires. Okay, awesome. Hallelujah. Hi, all right. Let's go. Third time's a charm. I had to restart my phone. So good evening again, ladies and gentlemen.
And I had to change my phone because I
Yes,
use my other phone. I don't
yes.
know.
So good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We're giving the other viewers some time to come on. This is our third time trying to start this live, but welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Ray, Tash is in the house. Andrew bigging you up, Tash. All right, Miss Petite Square has joined us again. Thank you guys so much. Really, really honored. I'm just happy that Tash-Marie is here, giving the
Finally.
others a chance to come in. See, Tash, they're saying that you're looking great.
Really? Hey!
Yes. Hi, Shelly. Thank you so much for joining. Shelly seeing you now. Awesome.
Hi,
Woo!
Donna.
All right, Donna Lee saying to set your camera right, that your head is chopped off. I guess she wants to see your hairstyle.
No, I'm
Thank you
seeing.
guys so much. Welcome again, guys, to our first ever episode of Lisa V Presents Trailblazers. And a trailblazer is someone that, regardless of the cards that they have been dealt in life, decided that I am leaving a legacy. I am going to accomplish my goals and I am going to win at this thing called life. So this evening we are honored to be joined by the phenom that is Tash-Marie Grant. I am so in love with this wonderful young lady. Jody's on now. She's saying hello. Good evening, Jody. Hi, Unique. Good evening.
Hi, Wiki.
Nisha is saying hi. Woo! Awesome,
Hi,
awesome.
Anita.
Thank you guys so much. Maybe another 30 seconds for people to come on. I'm going to take off my glasses because there's a glare. All right, Unique is here. Well, taking off the glasses.
Me can't take off my glasses.
Yeah.
There's me
No,
blind.
there's no glare on yours. There's a glare on mine.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh God. Oh my God. This is so good. I was trying to reduce the glare. No, that did not help to reduce the glare. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Ebony. I think we can begin with the persons that we
Right.
have. Others are coming back online. That's how it goes. When you plan, things happen. You just have to be prepared.
Right.
Again, Tash-Marie, thank you so much for being here. I wanted to recognize you as a trailblazer because you are indeed awesome. So thank you for being here. So let us jump right in. Your friends describe you as confident, loyal, hardworking, compassionate. Like it was a list. I have the list of things here. I describe you as an authentic badass. Like everything about you is just genuine and true. I've never met another soul that's so true. But let's hear from you, Tash-Marie. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, there's so much to say. I don't know. I was born in 1990, so I'm almost 30 years old. I I came from very humble beginnings.
Mhm.
Rep for Montego Bay High School for girls.
Oh my God.
Hey, right? I must say, from a very tender age, my parents will agree that I was always very driven, very go get her life. What I wanted was what I wanted by any means necessary. And that's pretty much, in terms of how I am as an individual, as it relates to work ethic and so on. As a
Yes.
friend, as family, I am very loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I chick, as most persons would say.
Mm-hmm.
I have relationships, be it spousal, friendships, family relationships. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
all we have is the people around us. So
Yes.
that's very important to me, and I'm sure my friends love me just the same. I love them so much.
That's true. I realized once you mentioned that you went to Montego Bay High School for girls, we had several
Right.
people giving a shout out. Well, I will remain impartial because I am
Yes,
the
you
host. But I went to just another school that wears the burgundy Herbert Morrison Technical High School. I'm not gonna bring it into the conversation right now. But Tash, one thing outside of your self-assuredness that it reaches people how sure you are of yourself. Another thing that
right,
stands out about you is the fact that you are willing to shift your perspective to accomplish a
uh-huh,
goal. Many people
right,
think that if you don't have you're not able to accomplish one goal, life is over, I give up. But for you, you mentioned you came from humble beginnings, right? And
right.
you wanted to be a doctor. You wanted to
Yep.
serve. You wanted to be in
Yeah,
healthcare as a doctor. But due
yes.
to the financial constraints of your family, you could not. But no, that did not stop you. You decided to chart your own way to service, and that is to become an EMT. Tell us a little bit
Right.
about that journey so that others can be encouraged.
Okay, all right. So, that particular phase of my life began with the Jamaica Fire Brigade.
Mhm.
Early into my service, just about 2 years into my service there, I got the opportunity to I got the opportunity to be a part of the EMT program that they had going. So I applied on the day of the deadline. Actually, a coworker told me about it because I
Wow.
wasn't aware. And on the deadline, I applied and I got through. And I went when I was doing my interview for that program. I remember that particular superintendent said to me that, "Okay, Miss Grant, what are your desires for the course? Well, what are you expecting? What you want to give, or what you expect to give of yourself as it relates to the program?" And I said, all I wanted to do was to be my best self, learn as much as I possibly could, because this was something that was very natural for me. I love giving, I love serving, I love taking care of people. So
True, true. Hmm.
so I went
Shan
and
can attest to that.
yes, she can, she can. So I went. Medicine was always something that I really loved.
Mhm.
So I went and I enjoyed every bit of the program. And it was very hard. Any EMT will
Mhm.
tell you that it's a very hard and intense program. But
Mhm.
of course, it's Tash-Marie. I persevered and I came
Yes,
out on top.
yes. No, but no, my thing is this, Tash. You wanted to be a doctor. You decided to go and serve. And we can see that sometimes, even if your finance don't match it, if you're brilliant, you're brilliant. Because, Tash, you
Right.
went to the people's program, and at the end of it, I'm seeing pictures going up, big ups to the valedictorian. I'm like, but wait, if it's a challenging program, how did you manage in all the stress of yet another rigorous training, right, to become valedictorian? What drove you?
Well, the drive, as I said, was very much innate. Um,
Mhm.
I saw this as my little miniature medicine program,
Ah, okay.
semi-doctor grant. So this was really my opportunity to really just plunge into something that I've always loved.
Mhm.
And I just went there, I did my best. I sat and I listened to my all my instructors, particularly
Mhm.
Ryan Rufus, which is our head instructor. And I sat at the front of the class, and I mean, literally, this was me. And as he spoke the words and he did his lectures, everything just dropped, and he just dropped right in my head. And
Right.
and that did it for me.
Right. That is good. You were never defeated by the fact that, this is not what I planned on doing. You were like, I'm here and this is me being my version of a doctor. And as you can
Right.
see, your friends are putting up that you're a doctor a long time because you're a doctor for their brains. So good job with that. I like what you said. You said that you sat at the front and as soon as the information came, you took it in. That
Right.
takes me to a memory of you because you graduated from UTech with your big degree, right? You are a university graduate at that, right? And I mean the struggles at UTech, Tigers in
Mm-hmm.
particular, that is a whole other episode. We can't even touch the Tigers story right now.
No!
But one thing that I remember, Tash, is
Mhm.
you did your one of your best friends. You are a natural baker, right? So many of
Right.
us were born with natural skills that we can make money from. So you're a natural
Right.
baker. You did your best friend's wedding cake. And
Mhm.
after doing that, I remember you saying that you did it and it was
Right.
amazing, but you didn't trust yourself at the time to do the decorations. So you're honest about it. You said, I can bake, but I
Right.
can't decorate. And the
Right.
person did an awful job. And that
Right.
motivated you to go back to heart. Many people,
Right.
when they have a degree, they're like, I have a degree. I have accomplished everything. But you
Mhm.
decided that no, I am going to go back to heart. And I know you
Mhm.
didn't have a car at the time. I remember you carrying bag, pan, truck, cart up that hill to get that finished. Tell us
Right.
about that. If you were a natural baker and you have your college degree, why go back to get a certification?
Okay. All right. So, aha. I went back because I wanted to be certified in a skill. I've
Mm-hmm.
always heard persons say, no care how bright you be, no care which school you go, no care how much degree you have. I have
Mm-hmm.
seen persons with bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and a few with doctorates who are still struggling. And
Right.
I would have always observed that persons, trade personnel were making do, and they were making an honest living, and sometimes living better than some of us with the degrees and the this and the that and whatever. So it was always a desire for me to have a certified skill. And what also inspired me was that I played by the books. I did what I was supposed to do. I was a good student. I had a first degree with honors by age 20.
Mm-hmm.
I was the cookie cutter child. I did well and I excelled. However, I realized that life wasn't fair because in doing all of this, I still was struggling. After school, the job market, we all know is crazy. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this cannot be it. I need a side gig. I need multiple streams of income
Mm.
because
Oh
it
my God, girl. Mm.
glory.
Sorry, I apologize to my viewers. Let me get back professional. But that when you say that word, multiple streams of income, many
Right.
of our young people today, and this is the purpose of this Trailblazer Award. I want you to realize that you may have your 9 to 5, but
Mhm.
multiple streams of income should be what you should hit on. And it is possible. Here we have somebody that came up from humble. When we say humble, we mean tigers and bag juice selling beginnings. And you
Yes,
were
yes,
smart enough to realize that you needed multiple streams of income. And
correct.
speaking of multiple streams of income, Tash, after you
Hmm.
become a baker, you bought your
Hmm.
first car and everything. You
Hmm.
sold your first car. I mean,
Yes,
owning your first car, that is an accomplishment, but you sold this sacrifice. Many of us are
right,
not willing to sacrifice no to have something in the future. So tell us
right.
about that sacrifice and why is it important to sacrifice?
Sacrifice. Everything good or everything that is good and worthwhile comes from sacrifice in every
Mm,
aspect of
mhm.
your life, spiritually, physically. I mean, I love to eat, and it takes a lot of sacrifice not to eat all the sweets that I crave. To go to the gym with discipline, it is sacrifice. Every single thing,
Mhm,
your relationships with everything and everybody is
mhm.
sacrifice. And I I I started out. Oh, I lost my train of thought. What was the question again?
Your car, you sold your first car,
Oh
and you're
yes,
still reaping the benefits
yes.
of that sale today.
My very first car, which was my baby, I sold because I was at the point where I was at JCF at that point, and I was like, okay, my salary isn't cutting it. I was a district constable at the time, earning little to no money, probably about $50,000. I mean, come on, that it's not cutting it. So I had my car, and I said, you know what? In conversation with a gentleman who owns a microfinancing firm, he just absolutely fell in love with my presence, my aura, my drive, and everything. And he said to me, if you're willing to invest in my company, then I'll pay you on a monthly basis. And I was like, really? So I was like, but I don't have any money to invest. Where am I going to get, a lump sum of money to invest in a company like this? And I slept on it for a minute, and I was like, the following morning, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to sell my car. When I told some of my friends, they were like, are you crazy? Why are you selling your car? You need your car for this, you need your car for that, whatever. And I was like, well, yes, I do need my car, but it's not earning. It's not on the road
Tash,
running
oh,
taxi. It's not on
Tash,
the road running taxi. I'm paying a loan for it every month. It's a
mm-hmm.
depreciating, like a negative, 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 negative. And I was like, nah, this is
Mm-hmm.
I just got up and I impulsively sold my car. And from the sale of the car, I gave $500,000 to an almost complete stranger. So this is a huge risk that I
Mm-hmm.
took. And I have not regretted it. To this day, I'm still earning from that investment every single month. And I have bought
Awesome.
2 cars since that car.
Oh, that is so fantastic. And this is what I want people to hear. You said something that was so critical. You took a risk, one, and two, when you told people nobody else believed in your vision. Sometimes, fellow
Yeah.
survivors, you have to believe in yourself enough for everybody. You know that you
Mhm.
want to do something, and Kerry said, look at God. Sometimes you
Yes,
have to
look
just
at
have that
him.
conversation with God, block out
Right,
everybody else, and do your thing. And you said that.
right.
And guys, what I also want you to be encouraged by this inspirational young lady. She says that she sold her first car, made an investment, and she's still reaping today. That's what I
Mhm.
want us to look at. Tash-Marie is always hustling. So even if I'm sure you're comfortable, you're at a certain point, but
Mhm.
you decided that I still want more.
Yes,
And
yes.
speaking of this more, in today's society, and I am prefacing this question by saying we are not into male bashing. I believe
Right.
in men, we support you. But in the context of this conversation, I want to hit on something important. In
Mhm.
today's society, we find that a lot of young ladies believe that they cannot be something without a man, right? They cannot be something without a husband or without a sugar daddy, right? And we have been conditioned a certain way.
Right,
Also, you grew up with your father in that house being the breadwinner, right?
right,
But I realize that, Tash, you are now firefighter, EMT. You have your own company, TM&G payday loans. You sell
right,
clothes. You are a baker. Three money fit.
right,
We'll talk about the food later, right? But and
right.
you now own your own home, Tash Marie. What a
Yes,
phenomenal
yes, I
young
do.
woman you are, and you're not yet 30. Was it a part of
Mhm.
your plan to do this without before being married or having any children? Or why didn't you do it or find a man? And I mean, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're sassy. You could get a man to take
Right.
care of you. But why did you not do that? Go that route?
Um, Concisely put, cause me
Yes,
feisty.
we know there are layers to it. Go ahead.
I as we would have highlighted in earlier in the life that I came from humble beginnings. I came from the conventional household, and it was good. I have the best parents.
Yes,
My
yes.
many
Yes, we
will
can see
attest.
every Sunday going to church.
So despite coming from that conventional setting where my dad was the breadwinner, and it worked. So I could have easily just said, okay, this works. So, I'm going to go down this line.
Mm-hmm.
As I got older, my mom will say that she remember from a very early age. I think I was about 7 years old. She said to me, as she when they're having their conversations, I'm always say, listen, me want my own things, and me want my own house, because if me have a husband or a boyfriend, and when we cuss or we upset, the parents have to go on them yard and whatever. I was saying this to like 6 or 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but apart from that, it was a desire, it was self, as Maslow says, with our
Yes.
different levels of needs, it was self-actualization for me. I had the most awesome parents, but the areas in which are the areas of my childhood that I would have wanted to be different, I made sure I made that difference. Because
Mm-hmm.
for me, while I had the most amazing parents,
Mm-hmm.
life would have been easier if I had a one, the typical bad with gold spoon in your mouth and them kind of stuff there. But I was
Right.
lucky, but I wasn't that lucky. And so I said, um, I was going to make the life that I wanted, or the life that
Yes.
I deserved. And I made
Yes.
sure that I manifested that every single day that I got up.
Trust.
I
Cheers.
want the houses,
Cheers.
I want the car,
Mm-hmm.
I want the
Mm-hmm.
businesses, I want,
Mm-hmm.
but they said in order to be rich or to be wealthy, you need to
Mm-hmm.
have at least 7 streams of income. And that was
Yes.
my goal. Right. So
Yes.
that was it for
Thank
me.
you.
I needed to have
Mm.
that. With or without a man, I needed to have that. So that was it for me.
Girl, you're making if those on the chat know about when you do that lap around the church with the one thing you're okay, let me compose myself. Thank you, Tash, for sharing that so much. You mentioned that 7 streams of income, right, Tash? You're one
Right.
phenomenal woman, because there are 24 hours in a day. And I hear people say this all the time. I'm too tired to do this. I don't have enough time. Tash Marie,
Mhm.
walk us through your typical week and how do you manage? Yes, how do you manage to manage your time to keep track of all these things? As I said, you have your own loan, you have a house, you have your clothes selling business, you're baking, EMT, and you have an amazing circle of friends, and you guys
Right.
celebrate each other. That is so powerful. How do you walk us through your typical week one and how you manage your time?
Okay. USA. A lot.
Yes.
It's a lot. And it's a lot.
Just take us through it. Take
It's a
us through
lot.
it.
Yeah. All right. Typically, so now, as a lot some persons would know, being a firefighter, we're on 24-hour shifts now. So I'm at work for 24 hours. And then in between that, I try to utilize my downtime. So as long as I'm not going to a fire call or I'm not going to a medical emergency, then
Mhm.
I work on my business. So I am
Okay.
constantly getting calls, right? I must mention my sweetheart, my dear Chantal Shanique McLennan, who aids
Yes,
my
she
whole process
joined. She
so much
joined.
with the business. Yes, okay, awesome. So Chantal McLennan is my accountant. So she helps me so much. She also helps me with business operation. Probably honestly, without her, I don't know. It would be even harder for me to do that. When I'm away, if I'm overseas or I'm on vacation or I just need a break, I can always
Mhm.
count on Shan to assist me. Um, I don't know, like I just make it work. I mean, I go to bed. A lot of persons will see me online 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, no sleep. But again, it boils down to sacrifice. I have my business to deal with. I have clients to deal with. I have files to deal with. I sell phone accessories and chart all of those stuff. It's a lot. I bake. You know,
Mhm.
you
Yes.
are a customer of my baking
Listen,
that
Tash,
sometimes
don't talk about
gas
that
me up.
cake. Do listen. Tash, don't
always
have them.
request, who always requests her German chocolate cake that I have to
Yes,
bake, you know,
but yes.
it's a lot, but you just have to just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people who are successful,
Mm-hmm.
they don't get 8 hours of sleep. They don't.
Right, right.
Persons, you may reach a certain level in life. I mean, you're okay. You know, you drive a car, you have a house or whatever, but you have to work tirelessly to maintain it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so so I just have that in my mind that listen, I have come a far way from where I began, and I have so much further to go. So I just have to put in the work. I decided to just go harder, go home.
Mm-hmm.
Till about 35, and then after 35 I should be winding down,
Yes,
not going
that's
so hard.
amazing. That's amazing. Somebody's asking about that German chocolate cake. Listen, I had that cake once at this amazing bakery in New York, in Manhattan, and I fell in love. And I came home, I've been searching for the taste. I tried the one at Mega Mart, I tried the one here and there. It didn't hit the spot. And I said, no man, I need to talk to Tash. Because I think you made the cake for Jody's baby shower, and I loved it. So I said, Tash, and Tash said,
Right.
I told her my specifications, and Tash made that cake, and again, Chantal for the save. Chantal brought it up from Mobile on Knutsford. At the office, I was eating the cake. Oh my God. When I said the cake reaches into, all right, yes, let's come back. But Tash, amazing. You mentioned something, and I love that. You said you made a decision that the life you had as a child, that's not what you wanted as an adult. You
Uh-uh.
decided to live purposefully towards
Right.
something. And that's what we want to inspire viewers and inspire people who are observing our trailblazers, that these are people who have made up their minds and that they're going to push forward. Which takes me, Tash, to your
Mm-hmm.
credo. It says,
Right.
focus on what you want until it has no
Mm-hmm.
other option than to materialize. Please talk a little bit about that and how those
Oh,
words,
you're breaking.
that credo,
uh,
I broke
oh,
up.
could you repeat? Yeah, you broke up.
Okay, one more time. So your credo is focus
Mm-hmm.
on what you want until it has no other option than to materialize, right?
Mm-hmm.
How has this credo, those words, how has those words pushed you through the hardest times you've had over the years? And how has that really materialized for you?
And how has that what? The last part?
How has it materialized? You said that, how have you proven the credo to
Okay.
be true? Good? Okay, good.
Right. Um, right. I am a living testimony, as they would say. Um, I have proven that to be true because of my accomplishments with the help of God that I have, you know, garnered over the years. And as I said, I'm just a living testimony. It starts from having a dream. The Bible says faith without work is dead. So if you only
Mm-hmm.
have a dream and you do not act on it,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a dream. You understand? And you find a lot of persons in their older years living with regret. And regret is
Mm-hmm.
something that I don't want to live with. I
Mm-hmm.
want to know that I'm lying down on my bed at say about 70 years old or 80 years old, God's willing,
Mm-hmm.
um, and happy. I want to say that I lived my best life. I did what I had to do to create the life that I wanted. Right? I got up. I mean, even completing my degree was a lot. I went through a lot, but it took sacrifice. Every aspect of my life, my education, jobs, going from job to job, buying the cars that I've bought, buying my house, everything was as a result of manifestation, as a result of focusing on my dreams. When I bought my house, I was not even working $60,000 a month.
Wow, that is amazing. That's what I was gonna ask you about.
Yes, I was not even working $60,000 a month, but with coupled with sacrifice and just again focusing on your dreams and comes what may. At one point in time, I'm all for partners. I have my own partner that I run currently. I remember my take home salary was after my first car payment was about $40,000 or so, and I was paying partners up to about $65,000 every month. So work out that month.
Right,
So
right.
my take home is $40,000. I'm in
Mhm.
a is $65,000
So you must have
per month
sacrificed a lot of things
because
then.
in my head, I was doing a lot of things. A
Hmm.
lot of things. I worked hours while I was at JCF. I used to do additional duties. I used to work 16-hour days, 18-hour days, just
Hmm.
to create that foundation that I knew that I needed because I didn't have anybody else do it for me. My
Oh
parents
my
did the
God.
best that they could.
Yes, yes.
I was not about the sugar daddy life because I want my own. I
Somebody say
like to
you're
be in control.
two-faced, Tash. Somebody say you're two-faced if you have sugar
Yes,
daddy.
it was. Yes, it was. So I wanted to be my own boss, and
Mhm.
that is even what I go by. My handle is Lady
Yes,
Boss. It's all
yes.
about being all that incredible woman, that absolute amazing lady, but at the same time being a boss. And I believe that's like a double threat. It doesn't get better than that. And that was my
Mhm.
aim, and that's what drove me to be the person that I
Awesome.
am today.
Awesome. I have a final question. Before I ask it, I just want to encourage any of our viewers. We're heading into a segment where you can ask questions, then we can wrap up the live. So start typing your questions in the chat while I ask Tash-Marie this last question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, many times people will say manifestation works, and people will say, yeah, I believe it. I just want you to give one or two pointers on how you manifested your house. You shared that you did partners, extra duties and stuff, but walk us through the visual process, of how you manifested the house. Quickly, while the other participants in our
Mm-hmm.
chat, in our live, you input your questions in the chat so Tash can answer.
Okay.
You got it or broke
You
up
didn't
again.
ask me anything specific, Felicia. You
Yes,
were
I
breaking up, so I don't know if I missed anything that you were saying. Like, you asked me a question. Do I need to answer something?
All right, I'll ask you at the end because we have a viewer from Belize. Wow, that asks a question. Are you seeing it?
Uh-huh. 15-year-old, 15-year-old Tash, did she imagine you would be here right now? Oh, yes. I knew I would.
That's a great question, viewer. Thank you. How did you know you would be here, Tash? Please answer.
I don't know. I mean, all right. So as I got older, I started to be more exposed, and the whole issue of law of attraction, because I am a law of attraction enthusiast, and that is everything to me. Um, whatever you think, that is what you are.
Mhm.
So from a very early age, I was practicing law of attraction. I probably didn't know it was called law of attraction or whatever it is, but I was practicing it. And as I got older, I got more exposed, and so I realized that this is just, it starts in the mind. And for many persons who are religious, it's the same thing as faith. And I
Please.
believe a lot of Christians don't understand the true meaning of having faith. It's the same thing. If you're gonna go law of attraction, faith is the same thing. I think I am no big Bible person, but I know Hebrews 11 verse 1 says that faith. How we go, Lisa? Faith is the substance of things not seen, things
So,
hoped for,
faith is
something
substance of things,
right,
yes. Evidence of things not seen,
right,
yes.
right.
So it
That
is law of
particular
attraction.
scripture,
Mhm.
that particular passage of scripture, I cannot forget it. Hebrews 11 verse 1 is what law of attraction is. You have to have faith. You have to see things before they happen. If they won't. And it all comes to having a positive mindset. That's where it begins. It begins in
Mhm.
your mind. At age
Mhm.
15, I had none of this. All the final luxuries in life, I didn't have it. Up to probably about, 8, 7, 8, 9 years ago, I didn't have those luxuries. But I saw the luxuries, and so I manifested them. And it's the same principle that we
Mm-hmm.
as Christians would think about when we think about faith. You have to
Yes.
see it. You want a car, you have to sit in that car and feel the leather seats and feel everything
Yes.
and visualize it. That's what you have to do.
Visual.
You want the house, you go, if there's a scheme that it is, you go and you look on the houses every single day. I mean, even before I bought my house, I used to walk into my scheme and I used to say, I want one of these houses. I want one
Perfect.
of these houses. And
Thank,
I did
oh
that
God,
so
that's so good. That
I
is
did
so
that I
inspiring,
did that
Tash.
often.
We
Another
have
question is coming up.
no, there was a
Unica.
question. No, there was a question before that. Are you hearing me? The
Okay.
question Carrie Couture asked, how did you start your payday business?
Okay, all right. So I started that again to create multiple streams of income. I hated the idea of being broke. I am coming from um having to borrow every single month just to get by because straight out of not high school, straight out of UTech University, my dad lost his sight, or his sight started to go. I mean, my last day of UTech, it's like he was almost just bearing up, so I could complete my degree.
Mm.
And so straight out of UTech, I had to hit the ground running. I did not know what it was to just go have a dinner or just splurge or do something nice for myself. I had to be the breadwinner, and so I had to generate income, and so I used to just sit and just think of all sorts of ways to do that. So I pretty much had some money. I got a partner job, and I said, okay, if I put this money in the bank, Portia NTB more fit about more money outside that give me interest. What can I do with this money? I'm gonna say people
Mhm.
always want money to borrow. So I took a risk with my little partner draw. Say about I think I was still at JCF in 2014, 2015, and I
Mhm.
started doing that. It kind of died down probably after a few months because then I bought the house right in 2016. Right.
Mhm.
So that kind of depleted some of my funds. And then when I decided to buy a new car, that was expensive. Um, I needed a way to pay for it without delving into my salary. And that was
Ah.
my push. That was
Mhm.
my push
Yes.
to revamp the business that I started about 3 years ago. And that's how I started. Not much.
Awesome.
$50,000.
Thanks for sharing. Another question that we have is going back to when you invested the $500,000. That was a huge risk, right? Was there
Right.
any thought of doubt or that it would not work in your favor?
Of course. I fret every night my go to bed. I fret. I mean, it was calculated risk. I did do my research. I did do my due diligence. However, it's business. So even if it's business, you have, with the market, things change. Even
Right, right.
what we're seeing now with COVID. I had some shares that I forgot about with NCB and what have you. And the other day it depreciate by about 40%. But we just leave it because
Mhm.
that's I don't make it stress me. That's the nature
Mhm.
of business. So,
Wow.
so I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
So you still went ahead with it. You had your doubts, but you
Right,
still went ahead with it.
right,
Right.
right, right. I still went ahead
People need to
because I
understand that
knew
you.
the
Mhm.
returns that I would have gained would have been
Mhm.
worth the risk, and it proved that way. So I am grateful.
Awesome. There's a question here that I had as well. You're
Mhm.
not yet 30. You have two vehicles, a house, three businesses, two careers. What is next for Tash? Because 35 is right around the corner. So what is next for Tash?
Ah, What's next for me is pretty much trying to create that balance between
Mhm.
going hard and settling. So
Ah, okay.
right. So
Mhm.
I am
Jody,
trying
come up with a
to
girl case
I'm
about
trying to
marriage
just
and baby.
what?
Jody, about marriage and baby. Tell her to hop off your fender, please. Continue.
Right. So that for the next say, 35 is to continue building. I
Mm-hmm.
still have a lot of things to do because I bought a house. I didn't buy a mansion, but eventually it will be a mansion. I have it posted up on my vision board. My architect did a lovely job, and I'm just excited. Every day I get up, I look on my vision board, and I see the
Mm-hmm.
finished product of my house.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my goal in the next 5 years to finish my
Mm-hmm.
house and to maintain again at least 7 streams of income. I don't know if I will dabble in anything else. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see what happens.
Yes.
And yes, professional. Yes,
Yes,
Jody.
definitely. Yes, Jody. She wants to get married and have children. Amen.
Yes.
I see a question here from Petite Square. How do you manage to stay focused, especially on days when you're tired? Petite Square, that sounds like a matcha plug, because that's her business, of matcha. So you get energy. I think that's a plug, but we'll accept it because we're all business women here. But how do you stay focused for real, Tash?
Hunger is what makes me stay focused. You gotta be hungry. Les Brown said, you gotta be
You gotta be
hungry.
hungry.
Always desiring more. That's all I need. I mean, recently I think about 2 shifts ago, I was at work. Thank God I didn't have any emergencies that night. And I sat up and I was going through my businesses, trying to balance my books. Of course, again with the help of Chantal. And I mean, you just have to be hungry. Like you will get tired. Some days I get so frustrated because people are so hard to deal with, especially, somebody like me. That's my character flaw. I have a short fuse. I couldn't be perfect. I'm sorry.
Where's the ebony skin and all, brains, sassiness?
Right. So it's hard to deal with persons. It's hard to manage multiple businesses. I have to be dealing with the loans business, this, that, making sure everything is balanced, making sure monies are paid when they're supposed to be paid. I have investors to pay as well. I have to ensure that I don't forget to pay people. So it's a lot, and sometimes I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired. Sometimes I'm frustrated. There are nights when I
Mm-hmm.
go to bed crying because I am
Oh,
so
wow.
exhausted and I have so much on my plate. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, the morning comes and you
Mm-hmm.
realize that everything that is around you is as a result of your hard work, and you
Amazing.
just can't stop.
Amazing.
You just
Amazing.
can't.
Tash, thank you so much. You are a phenomenal woman. Really appreciate it. To end off this live, we've been talking so hard about going hard, being hungry, going at it. The other day, I was so proud of you. You took your 1 month vacation. You colored
Mhm.
out that hair, and you
Yes.
just you. So tell us now, when you work hard, what is one thing that you do to treat yourself, to enjoy, to bask in the fact that, listen, I'm not hungry again?
Yes.
Tell us. Yes.
All right. All right. So I love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I will spend money to travel. I mean, thank God I took that vacation right on, the verge of the COVID
Yes.
outbreak, because
Cost,
I probably would
yes.
have died if I didn't get to get a break from work. But
Mm-hmm.
I love to travel. And yes, girls 2.0, we like to eat. So I like to go with my girlfriend,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a good thing to know that you can just get up and say, okay, I'm not cooking today. Oh, let's go have dinner. It's,
Yes.
buying dinner doesn't mean that you can't pay your light bill. And that
Right,
was
right,
so
exactly.
that's what I do. I travel, I treat myself, and I make memories with people who I
Yeah.
love.
Yes,
Important. Yes.
yes, yes. I really
So
do love that.
that's my personal treat.
Yeah. I know I said I had a last question, but this came in because talking about food and Girls 2.0, you have a very solid circle of strong women around you. Were you
Right.
accomplishing the success that you have? Was it important for you to be guarded of who you have around you and the energy that you entertain?
Listen, that is imperative. That is very important. You cannot be around persons who are like the polar opposite of are on a like a total different end of the spectrum of what you are, where you're going, and what you want to be. The people that you have
Mhm,
around you should be at your level mentally, and this has nothing to do
mhm.
with classism or anything, but
Right, exactly.
they have to be on that same wavelength, that same frequency, that same
Mhm.
energy. It has to be there. You need persons that whenever your energy falls, your frequency falls, you need persons to
Yes,
remind you that,
yes.
okay, then you the boss. You can do
Mhm,
this. I get pep
mhm,
talks from my girls all the time.
mhm.
Chantal, Andrew and
Yes.
Davis, Lachelle, Donnelly, Dana, all my
Yes,
girls.
big them
I
up,
love
big them up. Andre, big them up, big them up.
so Shanna. I don't know. I
Yes,
don't think she's on. I
yes,
get
Sean
pep talks.
Famous.
Yes,
Yes.
I get pep talks, and even
There
from
is a
some
there is a chocolate goddess that is Shan. Oh my gosh. Another brilliant mind that I will have to feature. All right, but it's time for
definitely.
us to wrap up. We have gone over. Amazing, Tash-Marie. Thank you so much for being here.
Mhm,
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to be encouraged by this young woman. If she can do it, you can do it as well. Just have a made up mind and have
mhm,
work ethics to match it and stay hungry, as she said. Utilize that vision. Have a vision.
mhm.
Have a good support system. Remain
Yes.
hungry, but also do your research before you do things. Yes, Jody, your name was called, Jody. Before the live crash, your name was called. In the system. And
Yes,
then,
Jody.
yes,
Jojo. That's my
and
baby
then,
girl.
and then take a break. Tash-Marie Grant. If it was Shan, Shan would say your full name. Thank you so much for providing us with this light of inspiration in the middle of
Yes.
all this craziness, showing us that as young women, as Black
Mhm.
people, we too can do it. Thank you so much. Many people have questions and need advice from you. Guys, you can
Right.
just DM Tash-Marie for that. And of course, if you need a small business loan, DM her for that as well. Thank you so much to all. Yes, get that moolah. Tash, any final words as we go?
Final words. I guess I will end again with my motto, or my credo, as you put it, is that focus, guys. Whatever it is, whatever aspect of your life that whatever you want to manifest in whichever aspect of your life, you focus on it. If it's your finances, if it's your
Mhm.
family relationships, if it is your friendships, if it is your relationship, that's a very important point
Listen,
too.
that's another episode, Tash. Don't even start that. That is another episode when you talk about religion. Tash has some. All right, we have to go, guys. Tash has some salient points on relationships and manifesting that as well. So we're gonna go. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna end it, and I think it saves for 24 hours. I'm new to this thing as well, but we're getting to it. Thank you guys for
Right.
joining us. Have an amazing weekend. Please practice social distancing. Please be safe and be inspired because we want inspiration for lifelong transformation.
Right.
Out. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for signing in.